Janam Kavifiriditam Kalmashapaham Sravanamangalam Srimadatatam Bhuvi Grinanti Ye Burida Janaha Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord, your gospel is like nectar and bliss showered upon the pain-stricken lives of suffering humanity. It dispels all the sins and misdeeds of life. It brings spiritual welfare in life. The spiritual beauty, prosperity and grace spreads through and through one who listens to your holy message. They are the real givers who preach and pronounce the nectar of your holy message to the suffering humanity. Om peace, peace, peace. So we are back to reading the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. We are on page 876. The entry is October 24, 1885. And Sri Ramakrishna is staying at the Sampukur house. And so the doctors are also coming to see him. It was easy for them to visit. That's the purpose of his moving from Dakshineshwar to Sampukur. So it was about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Sri Ramakrishna was seated on the second floor of the house at Sampukur. Dr. Sarkar, Narendra, Mahimacharan, M. and other devotees were in the room. Referring to the homeopathic system of medicine, the master said to Dr. Sarkar, "The treatment of yours is very good." Doctor, according to homeopathy, the physician has to check up the symptoms of the disease with the medical book. It is like Western music. The singer follows the score. Doctor continues, "Where is Girish Ghosh? Never mind, don't trouble him. He didn't sleep last night, Master." "Well, when I am in Samadhi, I feel intoxicated as if I were drunk with Siddhi." "What are you to say about that?" Doctor, to him, "In that state, the nerve centers cease to function. Hence the limbs become numb. Again, the legs totter because all the energy rushes towards the brain. Life consists of nervous system. There is a nerve center in the nape of the neck called medulla oblongata. If that is injured, one may die." Then Mahimacharan Chakravarti began to describe the Kundalini. Mahimacharan said, "The Sushumna nerve runs through the spinal cord in a subtle form. None can see it. That is what Shiva says." Doctor, Shiva examined man only in his maturity. But the Europeans have examined man in an all stage of his life, from the embryo to maturity. It is good to know comparative history. From the history of the Santals, one learned that Kali was a Santali woman. She was a valiant fighter. All laugh. "Don't laugh, please," says the doctor. "Let me tell you how gently the study of comparative anatomy has benefited men. The difference between the actions of the pancreatic juice and bile was at first unknown, but later Claude Bernard examined the stomach, liver, and other parts of the rabbit and demonstrated that the action of the bile is different from the action of the pancreatic juice. Therefore, it stands to reason that we should watch the lower animals as well. The study of man alone is not enough. Similarly, the study of comparative religion is highly beneficial. Why do his, meaning the master's, words go straight to our hearts? He has experienced the truths of different religions. He himself has practiced the disciplines of Hindu, Christian, Muslim, Shakta and Vaishnava religions. The bees can make good honey only if they gather nectar from different flowers. So we find that Sri Ramakrishna is seated in the second floor of the Sampukur house. And then Dr. Sarkar has come, and also there is Narendra, Mahima Charan and others. So it is a mixture of, the audience is mixture. One is a modern scientist, Dr. Sarkar, and most of them very logical. Another side, there is Mahima Charan, great Sanskrit Pandit, Naren, most brilliant boy who will be arguing with anything, science, art and everything is known. M, the very devout disciple of Sri Ramakrishna, at the same time the very highly educated principal of a school and all other high educational background. Now Ramakrishna suddenly put this question that Dr. Sark, and they said, referring to the homeopathic system of medicine, because he is the homeopathic doctor. He is allopathic doctor, learn, as nowadays people give, their medicines are given from homeopathy side. Anatomical problems and all are judged as like a scientist judges in the allopathy, only they put the medicine. So Mahendranath Sarkar was in that line. So, and Master appreciated that, said to Dr. Sarkar that this allopathic medicine, homeopathy is this treatment of yours, means Dr. Sarkar's, is very good. And then Dr. Sarkar got the point, a little praise, and he then is talking about his own glory in a sense. According to homeopathy, the physician has to check up the symptoms of the disease with the medical book. It is like Western music. The singers follows the same. And then he was asking about Dr. Girish Ghosh and said that, oh, he's in sleeping because he has worked hard last night, so he is now tired. Probably the other night was Ramakrishna's visit there, the 24th. Is 24. This is 23, October 23. Right. The other day, Ramakrishna went to Girish Ghosh's house, and he was very busy to entertain all the Ramakrishna disciples and Ramakrishna himself. So he's tired. So it is noontime, still the Girish Ghosh is tired probably, is taking rest. And that raised the question of so many deep philosophical questions. He said that, where is Girish Ghosh? Never mind, don't trouble him, he didn't sleep last night. Now Ramakrishna got this point. He said, Master said, well, when I am in Samadhi, I feel intoxicated as if I were drunk with Siddhi. What have you to say about that? He is trying to get a scientific explanation. Had he been come now in our age, they would have done the brain, it's what you call that? All experiments to see how the neurons are working, what or not. So he says that, and doctor says that, well, what happens in Samadhi, he is asking. Because when I go into Samadhi, I feel like I'm drunk I'm a drunk person, and I got intoxicated into it. The doctor's expression is that in that state, he's scientifically talking about, the nerve center cease to function. Is it quite true? Cease to function means When we go to deep sleep, what happens? Our nerves which are carrying the sensation of the eyes to the brain, or they are sleeping. The sound, the nerves which carry the vibration from here to the brain, that's also not functional. So they get rest. That's why sleep is necessary for every human personality, because to all the nerves, that is the only time when they get rest. I am looking like this, you are looking like that. How much work is going on internally? The nerve centers are always busy too. Afferent, nerve, neurons are blasting there. So a huge thing is going on here. We don't understand that. So, but only in the sleep time, when one is in deep sleep, they go rest because they have no function. The mind is absent. So they take, boss is gone to home. So the assistants are also now getting good rest. That's why he says, they cease to function. Hence, the limbs become numb. That means the body becomes totally as if non-functional, numb. Again, the legs totter because all the energy, because I do not know when the legs are tottering. He says his explanation, Dr. Sarkar's explanation, is that all the energy rushes towards the brain. The mind is not here in the body. In the brain means in a final level of the mind it is there. And then he says, life consists of the nervous system. There is a nerve center in the nape of the neck called the medulla oblongata. If that is injured, one may die. That means here some nerves is talking. Anyhow, these are all the relevant talk, but it's better to know. He is trying to explain it scientifically, why Ramakrishna goes to Samadhi and how it happens. And now Mahima Chakraborty, Mahima Charan, he is a great scholar. He is talking about scientific background, he is talking about yogic background. So he is talking about Kundalini. He described the Kundalini. What he said? Mahima Charan said, the Sushumna nerves runs through the spinal cord in a subtle form. None can see it. Then, anyhow, it is a statement, and doctor then took up that word and says that the Shiva, that what Shiva says means in the Shiva Samhita or some other books, that is said, no? Then all the nervous flow of the nerves, nerval, Sushumna nerve, no? The channel, there is which the spiritual energy flows to that, no? It is said in the Shiva Samhita probably. That's why Shiva says. And doctor says that Shiva says, what Shiva says is only in the matured state. But the Europeans, means the Western science, examine man in all stages of his life from embryo to maturity, how it develops. And he's talking about, it is good to know the comparative history of this. From the, anyhow, he says that they raise the question of examine the stomach, liver, their fat, how the secretion is going on, etc., etc. They compared to that, this is better. Sri Ramakrishna is the harmonizer of all, because he said study of comparative religion is highly beneficial, study of science and metaphysics is also good. It is his idea that will make the both sides strong. Otherwise, the scientists think that these are all hodgepodge of the brain of the some fools, no? Thinking God, meditation, this, that. But now they are correlating both the developments. Science is developing, and this science of spirituality is also, what is that, how they can be not contradictory but complementary. So he is indicating to that, and indicating to that, my doctor suggests that Why do, meaning Ramakrishna's words, go straight to our hearts? Because he has experienced the truths of different religions. He himself has practiced the discipline of the Hindu, Christian, Muslim, Shakto and Vaishnava religions. And he is like a perfect bee. This honey, best honey is what? When the bee collects honey from all different types of flowers. Otherwise it becomes monotonous. No? One smell comes from a particular, if there is only one type of flower, the bee sucks. So Ramakrishna is not like that. His honey is very much tasteful than any other honey. Though all other honeys are honey, but it's one way. This is the only way of God realization. No? But Sri Ramakrishna tasted this way, that way, that way, that way. That's why it is so harmonious. Now, Sri Ramakrishna is just simply watching and listening to these words. Yes, doctor, when doctor comes, he takes up most of the time the platform, as it were. He talks, he expresses his scientific knowledge. This always goes into discussion with Girish Ghosh, contradicting avatarvad, this, that, how it matches with science and how it does not, like that. Anyhow, here M, the master, and M, the writer of this gospel, is writing, saying to Dr. Sarkar, pointing to Mahimacharan, he, Mahimacharan, has studied science a great deal. Doctor, smiling. What science? Do you mean Max Muller's science of religion? Mahima, to the master, you are ill, but what can the doctor do about it? When I heard of your illness, I thought that you were only going to pamper the doctor's pride. Mahimacharan is a devotee and a scholar. A scholar understands, a genuine scholar will understand the in-depth spirituality. So he was seeing the special thing in Ramakrishna and seeing, he said one explanation. Why Ramakrishna suffered? Because he'll go to the doctor and doctor will say, I will cure you. What doctor will cure God? But to raise their pride that I am a doctor, I cured Ramakrishna. So to get that pride, Mahimacharan says Ramakrishna has accepted this disease. It is a disease is his own will. He has accepted, he could have avoided. Anyhow, master pointing to Dr. Sarkar, but he is very good physician. He is very learned too. He is always praising Dr. Sarkar. Master pointing, and Mahima said, yes sir, he is a ship, and we are only small boats. He is a big guy, big scientist. Dr. Sarkar folded his hand in humility. They are all good people. But how, it's a funny thing, Ramakrishna can make everything joyful. Where there is contradiction, he can make a harmony, not in spiritual level, but in mundane level also. Mahima again said, but here is the master's presence, all are equal. Right? But you know, he's a big guy, I'm a small guy, but all are equal before Ramakrishna. No? I am also sitting here, Dr. Sarkar, looking at Ramakrishna, and Mahimacharan is also a small boat looking at Ramakrishna. Naren is sitting there, him is sitting there, all are equal in the eye of God. So he's saying with great understanding, no? All are big people in their own state, but when they come to Ramakrishna, they're all the children of God in one level. As before the mother, no? A family who has maybe 4 or 5 children, someone is highly educated, well placed in society, greatly honored, and another son maybe he could not do much in life, no? But in the mother's eye, honored my son, and they are brothers and sisters like that. So when you go to that Ramakrishna, then you have all become one. And then Sri Ramakrishna asked Narendra, too much discussion is going on. So Ramakrishna asked him to sing some song to Narendra. Now Narendra is singing, I have made thee, O Lord, the pole star of my life. No more shall I lose my way on the world's trackless sea. Then he sang, ever insane with pride am I, and many cravings of my heart. This universe, wondrous and infinite, O Lord, is your handiwork, and the whole world is a treasure house full of your beauty and grace. So Narendra started singing. That song is what? There's no use in singing the song, no? Okay, still I will sing one line. Tomare koriyachi jibonero dhruvotara e সমুদ্রে আর কভু হব না কো পথহারা তোমারে করিয়াছি জীবনেরও ধ্রুবতারা. I have made you, O Lord, the pole star of my life. I will not be drifted away from you anymore. No more I shall be lose my way on the world's trackless ocean. So that is the song. See how dry discussion was going on? And Sri Ramakrishna pointed out to Naren, you please sing one song. And Naren is ready with this. See the spirit. This is a spiritual flavor. What transformation instantly it brings. No? That when you discussing so many things, and you just sing that song, oh Lord, I have made you the pole star of my life. I'll never be lost anymore in the trackless desert of this life, no? And kakhono bipathe jodi chahe cholite chahe ridi amoniyo mukho heri sharame je hoyo hara. If I, by chance, if my mind wants to be attracted to something else, looking at your beautiful, shining face, I become ashamed. How I was attracted to the lower thing, giving up your smile and joy and bliss. So that song, Swamiji sang. And then he sang another song, O Father of the universe, upon your lofty throne, you do enjoy the music of the world. As thy creations praise, they sweetly sing. Behold, I too, though born of earth, have come with feeble voice before the portal of your house. So these are another song. O King of Kings, reveal thyself to me. I crave thy mercy. Cast on me thy glance. At thy dear feet I dedicate myself, my life, seated in the fiery furnace of this world. My heart, alas, is deeply stained with sin. Ensnared in Maya, I am all but dead. It's a beautiful song. Rajo Rajeshwaro দেখা দাও করুণা ভিখারি আমি করুণা নয়নে চাও রাজো রাজেশ্বর. O Lord of the Lords, O King of the King, reveal thyself to me. দেখা দাও. Please, please appear before me, no? I crave your mercy. Koruna Nayane, they glance at me, cast on me your glance. Koruna Vikhari, I am a beggar. begging for your compassion, holiness. Please shower your blessings by your darshan. And again, another song, be drunk, O my mind, be drunk with the wine of heavenly bliss. Roll on the ground and weep, chanting Hari's sweet name. That means get intoxicated in the name of God. Anyhow, that song, these songs were sung, then the master said, and sing that one, all that exists art thou. There is a song which says, all that exists art thou. Jo kuch hai, so tu hi hai. Jo kuch hai, so tu hi hai. Tujhse humne dil ko lagaya. I have connected my heart with you. These are all deep philosophical songs. One song you can really sing, and also even the translation, we can meditate on that. Tujhse humne dil ko lagaya. I have connected now my heart with you, O Lord. Jo kuch hai, so tu hi hai. And I am seeing, whatever I see, it is all you. There is nothing but you, the Lord. So when my heart connects with your heart, and at this moment I am blessed, I see only you. So these are songs. That's why in our tradition, music is very much appreciated and practiced. But each song is very profound songs. Not some songs are there. It is you can just sing and dance and chant and laugh and jump. That may create immediate emotions, but this creates a lingering impact in the mind. It creates a meditative mood. Suppose you are singing, O Raj, O Rajeshwar, O Lord of Lord, O God of God, please come and show me your divine, your smiling face, your presence, I want to see it. No? You can sing that song and dive deep into that life. So these are the Swamiji wanted, that spirituality should be mixed with this type of, otherwise spirituality is dry. If your Vedanta says not this day and night, then what is that Vedanta? Ultimately, are you a dry person? Oh, not this, but I am that. One side is not true only. I am not this, but I am that. So that connection is made by devotional practice. So Ramakrishna, that's why he emphasized so much to add devotion in our knowledge. Jnana Mishra Bhakti, the practice of knowledge with devotion. And these are very instrumental in arousing our emotions. We are emotional people, but let this emotion be divine emotions. Doctors say, because Naren sang. You can, I do not know singing, just because I heard some song and I am just imitating them. But Naren is an expert singer, no? And when he sings and his mood goes internally and absorbed, then the whole atmosphere will be changed. So here also, he is seeing that not the doctor, Dr. Sarkar, who is not very supportive of so much emotions, but he is appreciating, getting this song sung, and he is getting absorbed, and he said, wow. Narendra again sang, I have joined my heart to thee, that I said, all that exists art thou. Thee only I found, for thou art all that exists. I only see you, you are the only reality. There is nothing but you I see now, because my heart is now connected with your heart. See? That is the Bhakti Yoga, no? What is Bhakti Yoga? Jivatma, Paramatma, Bhakta and the Lord, when they unite, no? Radha and Krishna, two entities merge into oneness. That is the highest state. So here also, this idea. That's why after that, you see only, Radharani used to see Krishna, nothing but Krishna. You go, that's why they see the goal purpose of the bhakta is to see the Lord Krishna everywhere. We also say, see God everywhere. The terminology is different. Now the singing was over. Dr. Sarkar sat there almost spellbound. After a time, with folded hands, he said very humbly to Ramakrishna, allow me to take my leave now. I shall come again tomorrow. Master, oh, stay a little. Girish Ghosh has been sent for. That we have, because Girish Ghosh and the doctor, they get along. All intellectual fight. He will say, Ramakrishna is God himself. Dr. Sarkar say, no, how can a man be God? He is a good guy. I respect him. But you are making him crazy by giving this idea that he is a God. So that's spoiling the person, good person. That type of talk always goes on between them. So Ramakrishna enjoys that. He is like a witness. He observes things, but he puts them into fight. So he said that, let me go now, because he's a doctor, a very busy doctor. But he is now caught into this music and this and that. That's why he said, I forgot. Nowadays my business is going out. And his fees were very high fees those days. How much? 39 rupees means Ramakrishna's whole monthly salary was 7 rupees. Multiply how many times? More than 5 times in one visit. He's such a reputed doctor. So, but when he comes, he forgets his everything, gets engrossed in presence of Ramakrishna and spending hour and hour and hour. And then he loses all the patients. They are waiting to visit the patient. They say, my business will all go. One Ramakrishna has possessed me. And even he said, last night it was raining and I could not sleep. Oh, if Paramahansa is there, if the window is closed or not, he may get cold and my sleep left. So even night time I am thinking of Paramahansa. He could not sleep whole night. Right. So say fall in love. No, spiritual people are like that. They silently impact your heart. They penetrate into you. You do not understand when. And this Ramakrishna-like people, their very presence, that transforms the personality. So now, Sri Ramakrishna said, oh, stay a little. Girish Ghosh has been sent for. He is coming soon. Pointing to Mahima. He is a scholar. Yet, he dances in the name of Hari. He has no pride. He went to Konnagar just because we were there. He is a wealthy, he is free, he serves nobody. Pointing to Narendra, what do you think of him? Doctor, excellent. So he is talking about Mahima Charan. Mahima Charan is a great scholar, Ramakrishna says. It is Ramakrishna's own words. Mahima is a great scholar, yet he dances in the name of Lord Hari. When Hare Krishna, Ramakrishna used to dance so many times in the name of Lord Hari Krishna. So he is also dancing. Pandit should not dance. Pandit should be not this, not this. Should be dry. But this is a Pandit, famous Pandit of the time. But he dances in the name of Lord Hari. He has no pride. People with pride will say, how can I dance with these people? No? Dancing is, of course, a little more emotional thing. I am a dignified person. I am a Pandit. People respect me. How can I dance with them? Always we have our pride, no? One of our Swami was there. He was the president of our order afterwards, Atmastananda Swami. So we were, and then our great festivity is the Durga Puja. When Durga Puja festivity is done, we take the mother's image down from after the worship and then bring it someplace, and mother's image is placed, and they all start dancing in the singing ma ma ma, or with a incense or something. They dance, and with the music also sometimes. So I was standing. I went from here, and then the head of the Japan center, he was standing in one corner. And our Swami Atmastananda ji is always a bit mischievous. So other people are dancing. I'm going from, I'm the assistant head of the Hollywood Center, no? So I was standing, I'm just observing. And Swami pulled me out, hey, come, dance. I was so shy to dance. How shall I dance? And then Medhasananda, he is a more dignified look, and he is also pulled, and both of us, he pushed me to dance. Pride. I am somebody, I am a dignified man. No, they should not simply dance in the name. But yes, you should be dignified. But also, you should not be shy when you are doing it for the God, in God's name. You get intoxicated into it. There is no question. I have seen our Vice President Maharaj, they say, recent Gautama, he was Suji Maharaj, Nirvanananda. On the day of Holi fire, what you call the color festival, it started from Belur Math, a main temple, bhajan, singing, and started. And then he is also dancing with us. He is a vice president of the order, no? He is Raja Maharaj, Brahmananda Maharaj's disciple, private secretary, private attendant of his name. But anyhow, so Ramakrishna tradition goes on like that. Sing in the name of Lord, and should not be shy about that. But Ramakrishna is appreciating that he is a scholar, he dances in the name of Hari, and he has no pride. Even he went to Konnagar, in one place nearby, just because we were there, means Ramakrishna went there, so he also went there. He is a wealthy person, he is free and he serves nobody, means he is not under anyone's doing any job under anybody. What do you think of him? Doctor says, excellent. The master, pointing to a devotee, and him, another devotee, says, splendid. I do not know. This devotee may be M, because M always hides himself. Mohima. It can be by no means be said that one knows philosophy unless one has read Hindu philosophy. The European philosophers do not know the 24 cosmic principles of the Sankhya philosophy. They cannot even grasp them. Master, smiling. What are the three paths you speak of? Mahima is talking about the three paths. The path of Sat, which is the path of knowledge. Next, the path of Chit, the path of Yoga or Karma Yoga, which includes the duties and functions of the 4 stages of life. Last, the path of Ananda, the path of devotion and ecstatic love. You are adept in all 3 paths. You can speak of them all with authority. So here he says, Ramakrishna says, Mahimacharana has a philosophy. He is talking about, there are 3 paths. We know about 4 paths, no? Jnana, Karma, Yoga, Bhakti. But he is explaining the path, there is one path, Sat, Chidananda. So Sat, what is Sat? Is the path of knowledge. He has explained Sat means knowledge, okay. Next, the path of Chit. Chit, he is saying Chit is the path of Yoga. What is that Yoga? Of Karma Yoga, which includes duties and functions of the 4 stages of life. 4 stages of life, brahmacharya, student life, married life, retired life, monk's life, whatever life, activities are included there in the Chit aspect. And last path is Ananda, the path of devotion and ecstatic love. Now Ramakrishna, he said that, but we are talking about this, but you have all the yogas performed in your life. So you can say, I am saying intellectually, but you can say with authority. That is Ramakrishna. Mahimacharan talking about the glory of Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna left. Dr. Sarkar took his leave. It was evening, the first night after the full moon. Sri Ramakrishna stood up, lost in samadhi. Nitya Gopal stood beside him in a reverent attitude. Sri Ramakrishna took his seat again. Nitya Gopal was stroking his feet. Devendra, Kalipado and many other devotees were seated by his side. Master to the devotees. Master is saying now, my mind tells me that Nitya Gopal's present state will undergo a change. His entire mind will be concentrated on me, on him who dwells in me. Don't you see how Narendra's whole mind has been drawn towards me? This is a very inspirational statement of Ramakrishna himself. One who thinks of Ramakrishna, his internal personality will be changed. What he says? My mind tells me that Nitya Gopal, a boy who used to come to Sri Ramakrishna, his present state, in one state he is now, it will undergo a change. It will automatically undergo a change. His entire mind, why? His entire mind will be concentrated on me. In me means again, not me the person, but me the principle. When I say me, I mean this body-mind, no? But Ramakrishna instantly correcting it. Who is attracted to me means not the man Ramakrishna, but the spirit, but the avatar of Ramakrishna, but that Ramakrishna who is the embodiment of Satchidananda. You have to think that way. Yeah? We can look at the same person from different perspective, no? One may see him as a holy pan, another person holy yogi. You can say so many distinctive names for Ramakrishna. But Ramakrishna is nothing but Satchidananda, concentrated Satchidananda, avatar. So, anyway, Mahapurush Maharaj used to say, just love Ramakrishna. Just look at Sri Ramakrishna, your heart will be changed. Unconditional. Because you are not to worry about, because there is nothing but God in him. In Ramakrishna, there is nothing but God and Satchidananda as if concentrated consciousness and bliss. So you see that, your mind becomes pure. Immediately, unconsciously, every day, as much as we think, if you do it with consciousness, awareness, then your progress will be good, better. If you know that you are having a good ice cream, it's very quality ice cream, and then put it in your tongue. Suppose someone has served you in a bowl, no? And say it is very Haagen-Dazs, and it's a very good quality, and this is very, we have prepared it here, this, that, praise about that, and then you take a slice into it and put your tongue. Yes, because they have told you the glory, so you can enjoy more. That enjoyment will be otherwise also, but not to that extent when the glory is known. You can love someone with glory or without glory. For the beginner, glory is more important. Then that brings our attraction. And when that devotion grows more, then glory goes away. I don't care whether you are a God or you are a man. I love you, that's all. So that's a different area. But at the beginning, that is necessary. So he's talking about the transformation will come for Nitya Gopal, his present state, because his mind is concentrated on me. He is day and night. You love someone, what do? You think of him. So Nitya Gopal is thinking of Ramakrishna, being in home or being wherever he goes, his one part of the mind is thinking of Ramakrishna. Now he knows that Ramakrishna is Satchidananda, then that enhancement of the devotion will be there. And when that devotion ripens into it, then it matters little, no one to think about. Rather, you are a glory, you are God, you are this. That is not liked by a devotee. A supreme love. Supreme love, when it happens, then you will not like the glory even. Glory is an obstacle there. But at the beginning stage, glory brings us closeness to God. It makes a distinction between other and my chosen ideal. So his entire mind will be concentrated on me, on who dwells on me. He is correcting. Me means I am nothing, there is no me. Ramakrishna could not say I another time. But me, he is clarifying. Me means who dwells in me. Who is me, real me in this body and mind. Don't you see how Narendra's whole mind has been drawn towards me? The most important. What is important? Drawn towards me. He first came, saw Ramakrishna, no? Drawn towards God, drawn towards any incarnation is not an ordinary development in spiritual life. Spiritual life's development is that when you are drawn to his personality, or like Rama, Krishna, Christ, Buddhas, no? You know that's a great blessings for you. That's why he says that, don't you know Narendra's mind is drawn towards me? That's why aim happened. Aim's condition, what happened? Aim first came, he was going to commit suicide, and then he came to his sister's home near Dakshineshwar, and then what is his nephew or what? Who is she? What is he? Sidhu is who?
Sister's son.
Sister's son. So Aim's sister's son, Sidhu, that boy, he told him, there is a sadhu nearby garden, house of Kali temple. Will you go and see him? He said, okay, let us go. And then he came to a beautiful place, and beautiful description in this at the beginning of the Gospel. And then what he said? He entered into Sri Ramakrishna's room. And the very first impression, as if Shukadeva is teaching, and all are listening, Bhagavat. And that happened. The first day's visit, whatever has happened, Ramakrishna is drawing, catching. The mind of M is being caught. Next day he came. And Ramakrishna said, no, in one place, Ore Hridu, oh Hridaya, oh dear Hridaya. Yeah, there is a parrot or some, parrots are given some opium at a particular time. Peacock, okay, peacock. So peacocks are given opium and it gets intoxicated. Next day, if you don't give, he will come in a fixed time. What time? That time he will come. Seeing him coming second time, he said, oh, you see, he has got intoxicated. The pill has worked. That means Sri Ramakrishna, like people, and purity. Mainly you find that many holy people, they attract our attention. And their heart moves towards them unconsciously. And that is great benefit in our spiritual life. So like Ramakrishna, this is, he said, Naren's mind is drawn towards me. When I am here, I am doing nothing. But it is drawn towards me. That means their purity of the heart is feeling connection with me.
So if you feel connection, you are drawn towards Lord because of your material need or without like selfless attraction like that. So both are the same?
I don't think so. People may come, they will get the material benefit. If you come to a holy man with material benefit, they will pray for you. You can get little benefit, but that will go away. But that may be the cause of your future attraction. Even some material needs are filled up. Christ, what he used to do? He used to do some miracle. What is called miracle? Some people asking something, okay, give. And that giving instantly make a multiple impact on other people. Oh, He's a holy man. He can give me something then. Then God is true. I can pray and I get. So that way they gradually get attracted. Not the final. If I ask for some money, Ramakrishna will not be able to give me. Because he said, I am a poor guy and I cannot touch money. So why are you asking me money? You go to mother. Holy Mother can handle. But don't come for money to me because my hand bends with the touch. So, but if you go, he may transfer it to Mama. Main thing is that anyway it is said, jena teno prakarena Krishne mano niveshayat. There are many ways, by any means the mind goes to God from any purpose, and then it will be deepen and deepen and deepen, and that will suck us into. So know for sure that if you feel attraction for an incarnation, you are fortunate. It's transformed, and it will do its own action. There is a story about that one. There is a court case going on, Belur Math, and so one day the judge has come to visit the Belur Math, and he was willing to see the president or something like that. No, that time Swami Nirvanananda was the vice president. Also has come to interview him or something like that about the Balaram Mandir issues. There is a question of the building, whether it will be given to Belur Math or not. Anyhow, the judge has come, and that Swami Nirvanananda said to his attendant, bring some poison, direct poison. Direct poison what? Meaning, which is offered to Ramakrishna. From that plate, bring the fruits and sweets and all offered to Ramakrishna. Bring it and give it to him. He will do his own. That means bring the prasad. He said, bring the prasad. His term is direct poison. It will have its impact. And really, that judge came and visited the Belur Math. He was convinced that the genuine place, spiritual place, no? And then he went to interview him, and he saw him. But as soon as he came, well, okay, we'll talk, must have some entertainment. As you go, giving someone a glass of water and some sweets. That's the custom in Bengal to entertain anyone. Anyway, so, and that became a cause of this quick finalization of the deal, which was carried on for a long time. But he understood the genuineness and the spiritual atmosphere that impressed on his mind. So anyhow, I'm saying, when you love God in any way, you will get the benefit. But if you know it fully well, then it is okay. That is the different type of joy. So, many of the devotees are taking their leave now. Sri Ramakrishna stood up, referring to Japa. He said to the devotees, Japa means silently repeating God's name in solitude. When you chant His name with single-minded devotion, you can see God's form and realize Him. These are all great assertion. When you chant His name, we also chant the name, no? Japa, 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 we do that. Ramakrishna says, when you chant His name, Lord's name, with single-minded devotion, with love, one-pointed love, you can see God's form. God can appear before you. God's form you can see and realize Him. Suppose there is a piece of timber sunk in the water of the Ganges and fastened with a chain to the bank. You proceed link by link, holding to the chain, and you dive into the water and follow the chain. Finally, you are able to reach the timber. In the same way, by repeating God's name, you become absorbed in him and finally realize him. What a great teaching for us, those who cannot meditate, because our meditation is almost a fight. Fight or sleep, either of the two. So long I can be fighting, I am fighting, otherwise I am sleeping. So here it says, but if you can do that sincerely, of course, that is our sincere effort. If that sincere effort, that will also do. In this process, it will gradually go on. God will understand this poor boy or girl cannot do what can be done. I will take care. So, but the sincerity should be there. We should do it even if we sleep. Understand? Many people make a philosophy. I do japa and sleep. What is the need of? Better I sleep. No. You have to get up and do japa, whether you like or dislike. And then God will, your sincerity will be judged by the Lord. And then by His grace, everything will happen. So, finally, you will be able to reach the timber. Similarly, repeating God's name, you become absorbed in Him and finally realize Him. Absorption in the name. Even in absorption in the name itself is a great achievement. Not that meditation is possible, but at least in the japa and getting absorbed in japa. That's a great development. Kalipada, smiling to the devotees, quote, ours is a grand teacher. We are not asked to practice meditation, austerity and other disciplines. That's why Kalipada is a friend of our, what? Girish Ghosh. He was no less drunkard than Girish. Girish was 1 degree, he was little more than that. So he is sitting there, he said, "Bah, smilingly, we have not to do much. Only japa will do." That's why he said, ours is a grand teacher, our guru is a great guru, no? Ramakrishna. So we are not asked, he is not asking us to practice meditation or austerity, or practice meditation and other disciplines. But he is only saying, if sincerely doing the japa, you get absorbed, then God will appear. Suddenly Sri Ramakrishna said, this is troubling me. Quote, the master's throat, the master's throat was hurting him. Then Devendra said, your words cannot fool us anymore. He thought that the master feigned illness to hoodwink the devotees. Most of the devotees departed. It was arranged that a few of the younger men should stay to nurse the master by turns. M also was going to spend the night there. So that is the end of the reading of that. So what we get today in very few points, that chant, sing and dance in the name of Lord. Don't be shy. 1 point. Second point, that yes, love God in any way you like. But the avatar of love for God, and if you feel attracted towards God in human incarnation, that's a great development. It will suck us. And third point we heard, do your practice as a sincere practice, japa, 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 so that you get absorbed in japa. Don't think about I am meditating, I cannot meditate. Don't have to do that. Ramakrishna said here today that you be sincere up to that what you can do. That's why they are called japak. There are some sadhus in our order also. They are called japak. Japak means they constantly do japa. That is their main sadhana. Either I like or dislike, I forget or not, my mind rounds around here and there, I will do the japa. And japa, japa, japa. And when they sit for that japa, japa brings their absorption, their joy. That itself. And otherwise, why Holy Mother has said, japat siddhi. All attainment of spiritual wisdom will be by repetition of the holy name of the Lord. Mantra, our teachers give us mantra to repetition of that. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. So tomorrow is Thursday, and you are there? Who is speaking? Yours? Tale Mahayogananda. Okay, tomorrow Swami Mahayogananda, then Karma Yoga. Okay. Thank you all for coming, who are online and who are here in present. Huh?
The Thakur said that not to dance like that. If out of shyness, you should not stop dancing. But Mother, he specifically said that Lakshmi Didi used to dance. She said that you don't do that because that is her nature. And shyness is the sign of modesty for women.
That is a different thing.
So if it is not your nature, if it is not because of shyness, then why do you have to still force yourself?
No, force means you should not have, because there's some consideration. Oh, they are shying, and I should not dance. No, I should. Why you are resenting? Because of spirituality? No. You are because you dig. No, not your nature, not there. Everyone can say nature, but other times it's dance. those people they are talking about. If your tendency is not there, okay, you don't do. But the question is that out of shyness, out of pride, I am such a dignified person, how can I dance with them? It's something little lower degree, higher degree, this type of thought. Okay. Oh, yeah. Who were the Santals? Santals means some tribal group of people, they are called Santals. And Santal meaning here that they are not very sophisticated according to the educated people's standard of behavior, but they are very simple people, hardworking, and they have their own religion. So it is in a derogative sense the word is used as the Santals that time. So that is a group of people who are not much got the scope for education, not got the scope for learning, education and sophisticated behavior. They are called Santals that time. But Santals are very great people. They have their own religion, they have their own love, and they're so decent. Poor maybe, they live in mostly mud houses and things, but you see they're very artistic. You go to their room, they can find floral design, they do the wall is designed with some beautiful artistic work. The women can do. They sing, dance, carrying many what you call pots on their head without touching them. And they can dance like that. How much balance they have learned. They are very skillful in different ways. Shall we visualize while doing japa? Sometimes I can only focus on one at a time. Our Patanjali Yoga says that it should be done twice together. But it depends on, to reach that point, that japa and meditation should go simultaneously. We do that. When you say a pet dog, his name is what?
Fido.
Eh? Fido. So when you say that, the entire feature of that dog comes in your mind, no? But because you are familiar with that, it comes so easily. But when you say Ramakrishna, so pure, all become blank. Nothing comes. That is because our mind is not yet ready to capture that purity. So that's why visualization becomes difficult. That's why when it is suggested that if you cannot do that, then just look at the picture of Ramakrishna or your Ishta Devata. If you cannot visualize, then again close your eyes, open your eyes, close your eyes, open your eyes, like that, and try to feel the presence, feel the presence, feel the presence. But if you cannot, then do separately. But best tad japa, the Patanjali says tad japa, tad artha bhavanam. You do the japa and also you try to think of its meaning. Meaning means what it represents. So they should be done together. Okay? Okay? Anyone have anything here? No question?
But many people present now.
Yeah, today is an exceptional day.
Maharaj, the name of God alone is enough.
Eh?
The name of God alone is enough.
Yeah.
So then how come we use each mantra?
That is for the extraordinary developed people. Ramakrishna. He is seeing one boy standing under a what do you call tree or in the Maidan in Calcutta, big what do you call open space, and white by the tree bend in the body, and Ramakrishna went to samadhi. So pure souls can get inspiration from anything. But for us, it is better, because we need to develop that mental purity. It will come by thinking. Because as we say, very simple thing, our mind is to be put into the mold of Ramakrishna. Mold of Ramakrishna, there is a mold. The artists, people know how the face of the Divine Mother or Makali is done, no? There is a mold. And then press some easily, what is called, clay. Very soft clay. And it goes to every nooks and corners of the eyes, ears, so all the, and when you take out the mold, the things come out, the replica of the original, no? So, our mind is like that. If we keep the mind in Ramakrishna, form and name, ultimately it takes the shape of Ramakrishna. And then in Ramakrishna there is nothing but samadhi, nothing but Satchidananda. So your mind is going through that into Satchidananda aspect of it. So those by name itself is enough for people, so they can try that way. But to make it quicker, so we suggest that name with an only name. If a name has so much power, if you can add this much visualization, it will be double action, so that your mind and soul and body all will be tuned to one consciousness. That will be much quicker and beneficial. A journey, shortening your journey.
Each mantra is the Shakti of the name.
Yeah.
But that Shakti is already in there.
And also is there, and also that is coming from where? It's coming from the tradition. And those sound waves, and they are not words only. That tremendous potential power is injected into it. Like any slang language, if you use a slang. Slang is the discover. Every day some slang is used by the guys, what you call the gangsters. And that becomes popular after using many times, and that word itself, then someone uses that word, you will be burning in anger. It was the same word which has no value before, but because of using in a particular way, that creates the energy. So similarly these mantras, how strong holy people through the ages, not millions of years, we can say, in our Hindu traditional thought, it has been repeated. It has this deep potential power. So that's very important. As ordinary word used by a boy or a girl, started with some meaning among themselves, and it used again and again, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 100 times, 10 times, and then you see, oh my God, how can I use that word to me? They go with a fist in hand. But that word was used meaninglessly before. So the power of sabdo, that comes, sound. Question, if we are judged on our practice, are we able to be judged again? No, God will not judge on our practice. It is for our own joy, You have to remember that Holy Mother said that when you got the mantra, when that means God is gracious upon you. And now, Baba, my child, Holy Mother said, my child, if you want to enjoy the bliss, then do the practice. If you don't do, what will happen? Mother's compassionate expression. You will be lying asleep in a bed, and if someone carries the entire bed to a new place, you will not know because you are sleeping. But if you know you are awake, then what will know? You are then you know you are moving from the old place to the newer place, to the newer place, to the newer place. So if you want to enjoy spiritual life, do intense spiritual practice. That will give the growth, inner growth. But if not, then do whatever, Mother will look after it. That is the faith. And Mother said, we cannot say no to that. So the question is that it is God does not judge us. This is the idea, primitive idea of all religion. In Judeo-Christian idea, and the God is a ruling God with a rod in hand. If you don't do, boom, we will send you to hell. If you do good, come here in the heaven. No. Our God is not like that. God is my father, mother, and I am like his baby. If I can do, God, okay, the mom will understand. This is my capacity, I cannot do that. But we should be sincere. That is the point. If we are sincere, Ramakrishna said, everything is possible. In any condition, God's grace can be felt. But that's why if we are judged on our practice, you should not have to judge your practice. You do your best. After doing your best, give it to God. Finish. And said, oh, I have done this much. I cannot do more. I cannot do anymore. Finish. Today is enough. Just like a baby talks to the mother. Is there any formality? What mother will think, should I say this? We are adult people think like that. If I tell you, should I say, or should I have say, or should I hide here? But the child has no such hiding thing. He said, no, Ma, I did this. Yeah, I want this. You give me this and whatever. And Ma will understand that. Finish. So similarly, we have to think God is our loving Father, not a punishing Father. Or it's the Divine Mother, all sweetness, all peace, all joy. Wants to take out all sufferings and pain. That's the purpose they are there. So, no judgment. For our life, there is no judgment. Mother will not judge us. Ramakrishna will not judge us. They will understand. That's the real mother, loves the baby on baby's condition, not on mom's condition. Mom's condition, when you are adult, mom will say, hey, now you are adult. It is your responsibility. You did that. But when it is baby's condition, baby, whatever he does, he has no problem. Mom knows everything for that. Ramakrishna was like a baby. Okay? So, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. So tomorrow then, Swami Mahayogananda.